So now to the bank accounts and the digital dollar. President Biden is moving closer to taking control of our monetary system, pushing us to a digital dollar. It's something we've been warning about for 2 years on this show. And on the face of it, it may sound convenient, right? That's how they're going to couch it to you, that it's convenience. That don't worry about cash. Don't worry about those coins that rattle around in your purse, because now you'll just have one simple ID that you can use on any smartphone. Scan it, move it, doesn't matter. Bus stop, train station, your Amazon deliveries, whatever you want. It's all in a digital ID. It's all right there, and we'll use this digital dollar. You won't use Bitcoin because we don't want to let you use Bitcoin. You'll use the American Federal Reserve built digital dollar. In March of 2022, President Biden took the biggest steps yet to sign an executive order, again, one of these executive orders, requiring the Federal Reserve to research, experiment, and evaluate the risks and benefits of a digital dollar. So Tom Emmer, House Majority Whip Congressman Tom Emmer this week, just introduced a brand new bill to stop Biden from moving to a digital dollar by using executive emergency powers. It's called the CBDC Anti-Surveillance Act to ban unelected bureaucrats in D.C. from issuing a central bank digital currency in the United States. That's what CBDC stands for. So Emmer, Congressman Emmer, says the White House is about to introduce an authoritarian-style and surveillance-style digital dollar through, again, executive orders. Watch.
Last week, I introduced the Central Bank Digital Currency Anti-Surveillance State Act to halt the efforts of unelected bureaucrats here in Washington, D.C. from stripping Americans of their right to financial privacy. Digital assets in the digital economy are the future, but the Federal Reserve should play no role in developing a central bank digital currency, or otherwise known as a CBDC. The consequences, if we get it wrong, are far too serious. The Biden administration is currently itching to create a digital authoritarian-style surveillance-style digital dollar. And through an executive order, they are pursuing analysis on a retail CBDC that would not be open, permissionless, or private.
So,
I mean, you would think this would be bipartisan. This is something that AOC can get out there and really champion in her fancy tax the rich type clothes.
You mean the anti-digital dollar?
Yeah,
or pro-digital?
you would think that this would be, that this would be bipartisan.
You would think.
That nobody wants a centralized banking system that will give more power to central government.
Where's Elizabeth Warren on this?
Yeah.
Right?
Bernie Sanders. This is a great cause for them to champion around.
And it is about tracking, right? It's about tracking, and it's about total control. And again, this is what Catherine Austin Fitts, the brilliant Catherine Austin Fitts, has been talking about for 2 years, 3 years, maybe even longer than that, on this specific issue. Tucker had her on the other night, and I thought that this was really, she nailed the concerns about the CBDC, about the digital currency, and why we should all be focused on this. Watch.
So, Tucker, the one of the bedrocks of freedom is freedom to do financial transactions, including privately, or freedom to do where you want to do and wherever you want to do. And unfortunately, as the financial system has become more and more digital, you see more and more not only invasive surveillance, but more and more controls. You referred to Canada, perfect example. And the reality, as the financial system gets more controlling and more invasive, it's a little bit like bringing up a corral around us. And CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and vaccine passports or digital IDs are sort of the last shutting of the gate. It's hard for many people to imagine the risks here because we're so used to living with financial transaction freedom, and we don't understand that when this gate closes on us, we literally will be sitting in a system where the central banks believe that our assets belong to them, and they can dictate where we can spend money and what we can spend money on. The important thing to understand is central bank digital currencies are not currencies. It gives the ability for the central bankers, and they've said this publicly, the ability to not only set the rules centrally, but enforce the rules centrally. If you don't behave, you can have your money turned off.
So again, and I see people in the chat saying cash is king, and that's the thing, right? They were telling us during COVID, oh, don't touch cash because it has COVID on it.
Yes.
Remember that? I mean, this is literally coming. It was coming from the government. Don't touch cash because you might be able to transfer COVID. So it's better just to do everything contactless, move away from cash. And I got to say, like, you know, I've been telling you guys on the show, every chance I get is, have cash, get cash, use cash, do as much as you can in that way. And also, of course, making sure that you've got like precious metals as a protection against this, because it's coming. It's coming. And when they start to control us with this digital dollar, that's going to be the way that they're going to tell you your government benefits, your movement, tracking, and climate is going to be tied to all of this, all of it.
I'm going to recommend the book Layered Money by Nick Bhatia, because it's an amazing history of physical currencies and into digital currencies. And there was never any reason for governments to be in control of currencies and make them state run. And no government has ever showed themselves to be responsible with a national currency. Never. And so to continue to mount power onto these elected officials who then pass it off to unelected officials is insane to me. There's no way that you can slice this and feel good about it from a historical perspective or from a track record perspective.
Well, and we've been showing here on the show a number of different countries that are like you're seeing runs on the bank right now. Again, getting as much cash as you can on hand on a regular basis, keeping it in a safe, protecting yourself. But I'm telling you, if you try to get all your money out of the bank, they're going to laugh at you because they don't have it there. They don't. You want to get all your money out, they're not going to have it there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.